Okay, next, let's talk about the big assembly settings. As you know, for a big assembly, we need to do something special to make it run fluently. So next, I will show you some common settings. The first one is pixel curling. We can use it to increase the assembly efficiency. And there are dynamic and static pixel curling options. Later, I will show you the effect before and after pixel curling. And another setting is display degradation. When operating big assembly, such as zoom, pan, rotate, you can set the display degradation mode to make it faster. Two modes are available: no edge display degradation or wireframe display degradation. And the last one is lightweight loading. For native formats, which is Z3ASM, we can enable it in the configuration table. Then when you open it, it will only load the display data. No geometry inside unless you load it manually. But for third-party formats like CAD, X, Creo, SolidWorks, and etc., we need to use another way, which is quick import. After quick import, similar to the former one, it will also only load the display data, no geometry inside unless you load it manually. Okay, now let's move over to ZW3D to show you more details. Okay, first let me show you the display degradation. So here I already opened assembly with like 4,000 components. Okay, you can see by default is no edge display degradation, which means when you move it or rotate it, the edge will be disappear to improve the working efficiency, right? And here you can see actually we have a value. It's the sensitivity value. The higher sensitivity, the bigger assembly will trigger the switch of the degradation. Okay. And another one is wireframe display degradation, which means like when you're operating it, it will turn to wireframe display mode to improve the working efficiency, right? And if you choose no degradation, and here you can see the result. So no matter how you operate it, there will be no degradation at all. Okay, so it's very slow actually. Okay, this is about the display degradation. And I will change it back. And another one is pixel curling. And here you can see we have a dynamic and a static pixel curling. So for dynamic, the value range is from 1 to 100. By default is 3. We can change it like to 50, and we can see the result. So you can see when we're operating it, some of the components will be disappeared, right? And when you stop operating it, it will go back. Okay. But for the static pixel curling, it's on the contrary. For example, we change it to bigger 60. And here you can see when the model is static, actually some of the component will missing. But when you're operating it, you can see it will be displayed. Yeah. So sometimes you can combine these two options together. For example, you can make it 20 and make this one. Okay. Now you can see actually it's much quicker to operating it, right? And the last one is lightweight loading. Okay, we'll close this one. And we'll go to the configuration. So please be noted that this one is only for the native format, which is the Z3 ASM or Z3 APRT. Okay, now let's open the same assembly. Now you can see it's much quicker to open. And you may notice that the display is a little bit different. And also there will be a small feather icon being added to the name of the component. And if you want to edit some of the components, you can just select them, and in the right-click menu, you will find the Load Current Model command. Then you can see the feather is disappeared, and the model is back to normal with the geometry. Then you can edit it without any problem. As for third-party formats, we can use the quick import command instead of open it directly. And in the drop-down list, you can find all the supported formats. After you import them, it's the same procedure to load the geometry back. I will not repeat the operation once again. Okay, this is all about big assembly settings. Thank you for watching.